Here I am, here I am.
Fishing is my life.
Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. I have an interesting lure I wanted to try out today. This is the Sixth Sense Clobber Minnow, made in the USA. I like the shape of this little minnow. It resembles a baby shad. See how long the belly is? We're going to see if we can fish it on a jig head under a float. Maybe we can get a bite. Alright, that looks okay. Hopefully it can imitate a shad well enough to get bit out here. Let's see what happens. I don't believe it has any scent, not like the Gulp does anyway. Let me check the package. No, doesn't say anything about scent. So we're going to have to keep moving it along to give it some life. That way we might attract some attention, because the scent is not going to do anything. Hopefully the sun can penetrate down into the water a little bit. It had a little bit of glitter, a little bit of flash. What's this? A buzzbait? Someone left a buzzbait here, just sitting here. Hopefully this clobber minnow is not too big and too intimidating. I think I might switch to a Gulp Minnow or something a little bit smaller if I don't get any bites on this. But I thought I'd give it a try because I like the shape. Like I pointed out, it has a long belly on it like a shad. Come on, let's get a bite on this thing. Nothing? Not even a bite? I thought this looked pretty good. Maybe it's too big. Maybe there aren't any fish around. The true test for that would be to switch to something else and see if I get a bite. But I'm a little surprised. I thought this looked good.
Oh! I'm Cousin Condry, and you're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
All right, we're going with the Gulp Minnow. Let's try this instead. Come on, someone, anyone. Still nothing. Not even a nibble. It's like all the fish are gone from the creek. I can't believe this. Two days ago, I was in here, I caught 6 yellow bass pretty quickly on both a Gulp Minnow and a jerkbait. Now I can't even get a bite. All right, I'm taking the float off. I've hit desperation mode. Now I'm just swimming a lone minnow through the shallow water. I'll jig it, I'll bounce it up and down every once in a while, but we're just hoping something sees it. I gotta kind of keep it off the bottom. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. I'm about to get out of here. Hey, just as I said that, I got a bite. A tiny yellow bass. Look at that. Got one. All right. 7-inch yellow. It's something. Another one. Another yellow. All of a sudden, I'm getting bites after I remove the float. 7-inch yellow. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting on them. This one's a little bit better. It's a lot better. Wow, he's trying to stab me. Let go of that. Let's get a quick hand measurement on this one. That's a much better bass. 9 inches, maybe a little bit more. Good one.
Chris Simmons, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. You're watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.
Well, I changed it up twice and I finally found something that's working. No float, gulp minnow on a jig head. Fish on. Awesome. Another stripe. Let go. Eight-incher. Glad I didn't give up. All of a sudden I'm on them. I can't believe the yellow bass were picky about the presentation, but they were. They didn't want the float. Fish. Fish on. Oh my. They didn't want the float. They didn't want the clobber minnow. They're going for just the gulp on a jig head. I'm glad I tried it because I'm getting bites. Another 8-incher. Another one. And I thought there weren't any fish out here. How crazy is that? That one's a little better, 8.5, almost 9. Fish. Oh my. This fishing trip went from 0 to awesome in about 4 minutes. Another stripe. A little bit smaller. Fish. Little bit of drag. Little bit of drag. Good fight on this one. Nice. That's a good one to end off on. Check it out. We got about a 10-inch yellow bass on a Gulp Minnow. Amazing. Well, you can't really argue with results like that. I tried that clobber minnow under a float, couldn't get a bite. I tried the Gulp Minnow under a float, up and down the bank, nothing. Right before I left, I took the bobber off. All of a sudden, I started catching fish. Back to back to back to back. Amazing. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.